Urgent San Francisco 49ers fans. Do not miss this. What just happened? You won't believe this one. But before we reveal the big news, make sure to subscribe to the channel, because here, we bring you daily videos with the latest San Francisco 49ers updates. And to not miss anything, activate the notifications. Hey, 49ers fans, brace yourselves, because today we're diving deep into a story that's been buzzing around the NFL circles and definitely has you pondering what's next for our beloved San Francisco 49ers. It's a story that involves a young running back, a recent draft pick, some interesting moves in the offseason, and a potential shakeup that could redefine the roster. So, sit tight, because what I'm about to share might just change the way you see the 49ers backfield this season. We all remember last year's draft, right? The 49ers, always aggressive when it comes to building a championship-caliber team, made a bold move in the 4th round by trading up to select Isaac Garando. Now, Garando might not be a household name yet, but back then, there was a lot of excitement. The Niners saw something in him, a player with explosive athleticism and potential, a guy who could bring a different dynamic to their backfield. But, as with many young players, things haven't gone entirely as planned. Fast forward to today, and Garando's position on the roster is suddenly in question. That's right, the same player who was once seen as a promising developmental piece might not even make the final 53-man roster this year. And you know what makes this story even more compelling? Pro Football Network has listed Garando as a surprise trade candidate this offseason. That's quite a statement, especially considering how much hype there was around him just a year ago. Sterling Sia, who writes for PFN, pointed out that the 49ers have an almost undeniable tendency to pick up intriguing mid-round running backs, and Garando fit right into that mold. But the NFL is a very competitive league, and teams are constantly adjusting their rosters, looking for the right pieces to maximize their chances of winning. So, what's going on behind the scenes? Why is Garando, a player who still has youth and athleticism on his side, suddenly on the trading block? Well, there are a few factors at play here. First, let's look at Garando's performance and injury history. During his rookie season, he struggled with injuries, just as he did during his college days at Nebraska. Injuries are often a red flag for NFL teams, especially when it comes to players who are still developing. The 49ers, with their focus on physicality and durability, might be thinking about adding more robustness to their running back room, especially considering Christian McCaffrey's pivotal role. McCaffrey, despite being one of the best playmakers in the league, isn't built to withstand a heavy load of bruising hits anymore. The team needs reliable backups, tough runners who can step in and contribute without risking further injury. And speaking of the roster, the 49ers have definitely made some interesting additions this offseason. They drafted Jordan James out of Oregon in the 5th round, a bruising back known for his physical running style. James, in many ways, fits the mold of what the 49ers look for in a complement to McCaffrey: powerful, decisive, and able to wear down defenses. He's a player some analysts believed could go on day 2 of the draft, so grabbing him in the 5th round was a steal for San Francisco. Not only that, the team also signed Corey Kiner, a top-rated undrafted free agent from Cincinnati. Kiner was ranked 174th overall by CBS Sports, which indicates he was expected to be picked in round 5. The addition of these two rookies signals a clear plan. The 49ers are building a versatile, resilient backfield that can withstand the rigors of a long season. Now, with these new additions, it raises an interesting question about Garando's future. Will he be able to carve out a spot among such competition? The team clearly values versatility and physicality, which could work against Garando if he doesn't show significant improvement in his decisiveness and durability this offseason. Remember, he's a player blessed with athletic gifts, but at times he was frustrating to watch because of his tendency to dance around runs instead of hitting the hole decisively. In the NFL, especially in Kyle Shanahan's system, decisiveness is key. The coaches want backs who can read the blocks quickly and get downhill with authority. If Garando has worked on that aspect of his game, he might have a shot. But if not, the team might prefer to go with the rookies or re-sign Patrick Taylor Jr., whom they re-signed earlier this offseason. And here's where things get even more interesting. Garando's injury history and his small sample size in the league make him somewhat of a boom or bust candidate. Look, the talent is there. The athleticism is undeniable. But does he have the mental toughness and physical durability to thrive in the NFL? That's what the 49ers coaching staff will be evaluating throughout the offseason. They're known for their meticulous approach in building a roster that's tough, disciplined, and capable of winning in the playoffs. If Garando can show the coaching staff that he's improved in those areas, he could still very well make the team. Otherwise, we might see him being traded or even released, as the 49ers look to optimize their roster for the upcoming season. What complicates things even further is the fact that the 49ers have a history of making shrewd roster moves. They're not shy about trading players who aren't fitting into their long-term plans, especially when they have promising rookies ready to step up. The NFL is a league of opportunity, and sometimes a player's fit is more about scheme and durability than raw talent. Garando, despite his explosive athletic profile, will need to demonstrate consistency, grit, and health if he wants to secure a spot. And let's not forget the broader context here. The NFC West is getting tougher every year, with teams like the Seahawks, Rams, and Cardinals all making moves to improve their rosters. The 49ers, aiming for a deep playoff run and perhaps another Super Bowl appearance, know that every position matters. The backfield is a critical component of Kyle Shanahan's offense, which relies heavily on a balanced attack, play action, and explosive runs. Having a reliable backup to McCaffrey isn't just a luxury, it's a necessity. So, Garando's competition isn't just about talent, it's about who can withstand the physical toll and who can perform under pressure. Now, for the fans eager to know what's next, it's worth mentioning that Garando will have every opportunity in training camp and preseason to impress. His athleticism and raw potential mean he's still very much in the hunt, but he needs to show that he's developed the decisiveness, durability, and football IQ necessary to succeed at this level. The coaching staff will be scrutinizing every carry, every block, and every practice rep, and remember, the NFL offseason isn't just about the signings and trades, it's about the small, often unnoticed improvements that can make or break a player's future. So, what does this all mean for the 49ers roster in the upcoming season? Well, it's shaping up to be one of the most competitive and intriguing training camps in recent memory. The team has added fresh talent, but also faces tough decisions about who stays and who goes. Garando's situation is a perfect example of how quickly things can change in this league. A promising rookie can find himself fighting for a spot or even being moved for future draft capital if he doesn't show the necessary growth. And that's what makes this story so compelling for all of us fans, watching young players like Garando fight for their NFL lives, hoping to carve out a meaningful role in one of the league's most dynamic offenses. And now, San Francisco 49ers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on Garando's chances this season? Do you believe he can turn things around and secure a spot on the roster? Or do you think the team might be better off moving on and focusing on the rookies and other options? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the 49ers community. Remember, the offseason is where dreams are made or broken, and every player is fighting tooth and nail to wear that red and gold in the regular season. Stay tuned because I'll be back very soon with more updates, insights, and breaking news about the San Francisco 49ers. Whether it's more roster moves, injury updates, or deep dives into the team's strategies, you can count on me to keep you informed. The 49ers are always a team to watch, and this offseason promises to be another chapter full of surprises, battles, and stories of perseverance. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and as always, go Niners!